You're rocking the voice of the outdoors. It's Jim and Trav, and they're back on the trail.
We're back on the air, Trav, and this time we're headed to Southern Florida. We love Southern Florida.
That's right, and our next victim, I'm going to quit saying guest because we insult everybody. He has actually caught more sea kittens, more species of sea kittens than PETA even knows about.
No.
This Peter Miller, I can tell you, he is an awesome fisherman. And Peter, welcome to the trail, man. I don't even know how to introduce you because you have won more awards than I can count to. And welcome to the trail.
Oh, thank you very much. You're too kind. Hey, I appreciate you guys having me on today. You know, it's guys and shows like this that, help us do what we need to do and get good programming out there and let everybody know what's happening. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, now Bass to Billfish, that's an interesting
it's on
title.
Versus.
Yeah, it is
we
on
love
Versus.
Versus.
Yeah, but it's Bass with the numero.
You were going to say numero uno.
I was going to.
No, it's Bass and then just the number 2 Billfish. Now
this is why we have him on.
Because he's smart. You talking about me or him?
You.
Now, why don't you toss out your web address real quick where people can find you?
Okay, well, just like you said, it's Bass to Billfish. It's the number 2, so Bass to Billfish all together. .com, BassToBillfish.com.
Yeah, and you guys, you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, YouTube, a little bit of everywhere. But I got to tell you, your show is just phenomenal. You go after some of the wildest species out there of fish.
Great camera angles, too.
Great camera angles, great production. You're a mediocre host. But no, Bass to Billfish, I got to tell you, it's on Versus. Once again, you got to tune in. Isn't that right, Peter?
That's right. You know, it's the nice thing is when you have good angles and good camera work, you can be a mediocre host and get away with it because those guys cover you.
Okay, now one of your sponsors is Yellowfin.
Yeah,
now, that's a great boat, and that's the one you use, right?
Yeah, it's a great sponsor, and their boats are phenomenal. They have everything from a 17 flats boat all the way to the 42 center console, and we've been using all their boats in the shows, and we've been using airboats and all kinds of stuff. So we like the name says of the show, Bass to Billfish. We're going in 2 feet of water on an airboat to 2,000 feet of water for swordfish on a 42-foot center console.
Yeah,
holy cow!
You go back a long ways as an angler, though. I mean, you're part of a team that you have organized for how long now?
That's right. Back in college, I was doing a lot of fishing, came down to Miami from New York and spent a lot of time doing the bill fishing thing in college and got together with a buddy of mine and we started traveling, fishing together. And before we knew it, in about 89, we started competing in billfish tournaments down here. Name the boat, Get Lit. I'll explain that in a minute.
Yeah, I know what that is when you're in college.
Yeah, there's one thing that means in college, but, when you're a fisherman, it's, the double entendre. But, the billfish comes up behind the bait, their pectoral fins light up, the fish lights up, and we went on this trip to Costa Rica, and we had a female mate from South Africa, and every time we hooked up with a fish, she'd be like, he's lit up, he's getting lit. He's all lit up. Oh, he's getting lit. So anyway, I came back to Miami and said, I'm going to name my boat Get Lit. And,
there you go.
There you go. That's how it all went down. And we've fished probably 200 tournaments since then, and at least, and we've been fortunate to have a lot of success.
The thing on this program this past weekend, you were up in Destin, Florida, of course, kind of checking out the oil spill and so forth, which found out that there wasn't a whole lot going on at least in Destin. But you guys caught all species of fish, but you stopped into Bass Pro Shops to get old Madison some shirts. What the heck's that all about?
Madison is a guy that kind of runs out the door and gets everything done, and occasionally he forgets to bring clothes.
That sounds like me.
Jim comes to work without pants on all the time.
Talk about naked Thursdays.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about Madison, he usually forgets his shirts. He brings his pants. That's good. Yeah. But, Bass Pro is one of our sponsors. I've been working with them for about 16 or 17 years.
Wow.
And they sponsor my fishing team. I've been modeling, doing their photo shoots, boat production, you name it. We do it all with them. And, I came to them with this idea saying, hey, I want to sell everything in your store from a 10-cent bobber to a $3,000 reel. And I think I can do it because I'm going to, just market it and just do everything I can to catch every kind of fish there is in Florida. And so that's how that came about. And we wind up doing a lot of the shows with a segment out of Bass Pro because we have to gear up. We have to get our stuff. This show is a little different. Madison didn't have enough shirts, so I had to be the fashion director for this shoot.
There you go.
Well, I got to say, as Jim and I were sitting here this morning, the first thing Jim said is, honest to God, he's a good-looking guy. I would just buy this stuff because he's so handsome and attractive. I want to be like that. I guess that you do have nice legs, Peter. You know.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Matt. You're talking about me?
Yeah. Now, you have some of the finest sponsors out there like Yellowfin, Mazda, Bass Pro Shop, Pet Boys. They do everything for less.
They do.
Why don't you name off a couple more of your sponsors?
That, Visit Florida is one of my fantastic sponsors too, and the show takes place in Florida. And basically, they back us and all this. And we're trying to show people what we do in Florida all the time. We want to kind of share it with everybody, bring them down, and have a great time. The beaches are great. The fishing's phenomenal. It's the best fishing in the world, and that's why they call it the fishing capital of the world.
You have a wonderful economy with words.
Well, hey, Peter, why don't you hand out your web address again real quick for our listeners?
It is bass2billfish.com, the number 2. So it's bass2billfish.com.
God, he's handsome, man. Anyways, Peter, we got to get to an ad break, man, but you are welcome back anytime. Thanks a bunch for being on the trail.
Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.